This place feels somehow... Shut up, iPhone! Somehow similar to the previous one. It smells like Alex's room. Yeah, it must be another medical research facility. No, it smells like... I can smell the sterilizing agents. Another one? What did they need all these laboratories for? They probably had several people working on different pathogens at the same time. I see. Makes sense. From what we've heard so far, these guys must have dedicated their whole lives to medicine. And baby making. That sounds awfully similar to the life of a certain someone. Really? I'm not sure I follow. I don't think we know anyone that indecent. And here I thought I was about to get scolded by Yuragi. Alex, this terminal still has some charge left. The young doctor approached a monitor and went over the text displayed with his wife. Looks like it's a bunch of more medical records from our dear Mr. Numbers. What did he use them for? Doctors use them as reference. You know, to check which symptoms correspond to which diseases. Pretty much. Glad to see you're getting the hang of how we psychos work. Your job is fascinating too in its own way. Thanks. Let's see. It seems that Mr. Numbers was aiming for a specific goal while researching all these diseases. What makes you think that? These medical records are full of notes and memos. Look here. My approach has finally yielded its fruits. I made several new discoveries about the incubation period of the mincemeat syndrome. I should be soon receiving an official invite to join the institute. The institute? Maybe it was the name of an elite research group? Sounds like they were pretty important. It even starts with a big I! I may finally have a chance to catch up to my rival, who joined them several years ago. Besides, the Institute's members have access to the best instruments and relics from the barbaric era. With their equipment, I shall surely find a cure for the disease that has been plaguing me for so long. The terminal suddenly ran out of power! So even this guy was suffering from the disease. No wonder he was so maniacal about the studies. Okay, so not Asclepius. Maybe. That's pretty weird. I mean, people don't get into medicine just because they're ill. I can't help but wonder about what kind of research they were conducting here. Judging from the equipment and the structures here, probably nothing too fancy. Examination of symptoms to standardize the diagnosis of a disease. Testing of new medical drugs. And after that, you check if there has been any change to symptoms. Rinse and repeat. So they were making new medicines in here? Yeah, pretty much. And let's not forget that they had access to a barbaric era level of technology. This place sort of reminds me of the laboratory we saw in Asimov's pyramid. It's incredible to think that they could accomplish so much in such a confined space. So you think that the reason why Mr. Numbers was so firm about his studies must have been his condition? Yeah, or maybe he wanted to have a child with Ixtab. There's also that passage about him wanting to catch up to his rival working in the institute. Besides, these people must have been proud to have developed a disease that ended the whole Knight's tyranny. They would have never been able to live in such a gloomy place without a firm resolution. Alex and his wife learned some new insights and resumed their exploration. Can you give me a voice, please? Please! My child is dying! That's that! What's in here? New chesticles? No. Back! There was a scheduled gas van, and you should check the stuff. And I could not speak for the life of me. I was lagging like crazy. Ah! Game, give me a voice! Please, for the love of God!
大丈夫だ。問題ない。
Please, game. Let's take a look around here. Alex and his wife peeked into another laboratory and looked for a working terminal. These are dead. They have no power left. Did you two find any mentions of the PPshrooms in the records you've gone through? Nope, not at all. We've only found notes on rare diseases I've never heard about. But didn't Hamlin come up with the name when he was talking with Alex in Prune's Forest? Oh, you're right. I actually wanted to call them PPshrooms. Then that guy came out of nowhere and said that PPshrooms had a better ring to it. Anyway, we haven't found any mentions of parasitic mushrooms so far. Maybe Hamlin isn't from here then. Maybe. I just wish we knew why this place is deserted. Charles, any idea when this place may have been abandoned? Judging from the tools of dust and the rust on these tools, I'd say about 10 years ago. So people were living here until a decade ago? Ah, it looks like we can use this terminal. The light is still blinking. Charles, test your monitor. Anything about the PPshrooms? Not really. On the other hand, according to this record, things have started getting real bad for the people living here. Guess you couldn't go outside? Nah, they had bigger problems than that. They bred for so long, the newer generations were born with several genetic defects. Right! I didn't realize that they must have had that problem too! Yeah, children born from close genetic relationships often display physical and mental problems. But it looks like the dad wasn't enough to abolish most of their customs. The first ban happened 300 years ago, and for a bit, sexual relations between parents and children. But what will happen next? If the abnormalities don't stop, I expect that relationships between siblings may be forbidden next. It looks like they were trying to do something to take care of that inbreeding problem. Still, there's only so much you can do with a limited pool of individuals. And I bet that they kept sleeping with Ixtab anyway. Sorry, but it doesn't look like there are any mentions of Hamlin or his PPshrooms in here. Thanks for checking. Let's keep going and see if we can find where the waves of monsters are coming from. Yeah, and this looks like a generic laboratory anyway. I doubt we'll discover anything major here. I'm sure that we're going to find something better deeper inside. Maybe? Look at that! Alex and the girl stumbled upon a couple of strange machines. What's with these conveyor belts? Maybe it was some kind of factory? What's this? There's a pot here! Do you think that they manufactured pots like this one here? Alex looked at the fitted sign on the wall nearby. I think it was a crematorium? Really? Wait, so they were cremating their dead? No, they were learning English. Makes sense. It's the perfect way to make sure nobody would catch the diseases of the deceased. So that pot must be full of someone's ashes? But what's that thing? Alex flipped a metallic card that hung from a string attached to the funerary urn. There are some numbers printed on it. Let's see, it says... Numbers! Could it be that this waste contains the ashes of Mr. Numbers? Looks like it. Maybe the locals identified the shower with these numbers? It must have been hard to remember everyone's names. Yes, and it feels like such an unnatural system to recognize different individuals. Really? I think that do be pretty efficient in a way. I guess everyone has their own idea on the matter. But what happened to the ashes of these people after they were cremated? They probably stored them in another place, like a graveyard or a cemetery. But But this guy was left here all by himself? That sounds pretty lonely. Alex, judging from these signs, the cemetery must be down this corridor. Fine, I get it. We may as well bring this guy to his resting place while we're at it. Yes! Alex grabbed a lonely pot and decided to carry it to the nearby cemetery. Ooh. What's here? Yeah, I can't enter that. Nothing in here. Where is this? Huh? That's a pretty unique looking building down this tunnel. Alex gives it an imposing and bleak structure located at the end of the passage. Alex, I think we may have passed the cemetery a while ago. Oh, right, sorry. Let's go back and make a quick stop there first. Alex and his wife headed back to look for the cemetery so they could put the funerary urn to rest. Ah! You took out my cattles! You must pay! No! No! Don't even aim for any of us! Alright, Mass Medica, everybody. Jesus. Actually, could have used a... whatever. There's a plate for us. So... Oh, there's like sections. And I guess the urns are placed in one of the drivers. Okay. Alright. Is this the cemetery? Alex and the girls entered the dimly lit room with many vertical filling cabinets. Judging from the signs we saw near the crematorium, yeah, this must be the place. Well, let's see what's inside. Kinda grabbed the handle of the closest drawer and opened it by pulling it towards her body. Inside were several small and wide closets. Yep, there's no doubt about it. This is the place. A single label with a column of numbers was attached to the front of each cabinet. I see. This is an excellent way to save space, especially for an underground town like this one. Didn't their necks hurt? Maybe tried reaching for the drawers on top? For some reason I don't feel like I'm a real cemetery. But you're not a cemetery, you're a girl. Also Platina, no one uses their necks to. They're not hands! God bad, is it just because there's a pretty small number of people resting here? For a settlement with such a long history. I'm sure that all the remains have been put to rest together in a different place. Wait, please! Game, please! A graveyard is a similar system too, after a certain amount of time. Really? Of course. Otherwise we would eventually run out of space to bury our dead. And I'm sure that the ashes of the old people won't get lonely since they're resting together. Alex carefully placed the vase and its metallic cards into the corresponding drawer. Sorry for looking at your research notes without asking. Hopefully this makes us even. Alex and his wife slipped the vase in the cemetery and resumed exploring the rest of the settlement. Alright. Is there really nothing else in here? That's it? Alright. Ooh! The door at the end of the passage was built into an imposing structure completely different from the rest. This wall. I've never seen a material like this one before. The entrance is locked. Kana, can you do anything about it? Maybe? If you can find the keyhole for me. I don't see any. But wait, what's with this round glass bead on the door frame? Maybe it's a peephole? It must be barbaric era tech. No idea. Sorry, I've never seen anything like this before. In which case, Yuragi, it's your time to shine! Okay! Kana glanced at her friend as she grabbed her hammer with a big smile. Here I go! Of course you do think about smashing it open. It's the fastest way. The hammer of the ex-sentinel bounced back from the door with a dull and echoing noise. It's so incredibly tough! It didn't even leave a scratch. This can't be an ordinary building. I bet it must contain something that the locals wanted to protect at all costs. Warning! Intrusion attempted detected. Security system engaged. Where did that voice come from? Did the owner get mad because we tried to smash the door open? Alex, above you! Patna pointed at the ceiling as a hole opened to release a group of monsters. What? Hitting that door is making the monsters come out. Nah, it's because we tried to get inside. Watch out, prepare to attack! Alex and his wives faced the attacking monsters. Sure. You think I'm scared of these three? Unless you're gonna give me more. Favoritism! Alex! Thanks, Charles. 1 plus attack and defense. Alex stunned. Ooh. That gave me a heart attack. Will there be more? Cause that was easy. It looks like the source of the monsters may be inside the structure. It's locked. Maybe somebody left the keys in the residential area? Hey, we can't just look everywhere! What's with this weird plate next to the glass lens? Charles pointed at a suspiciously smooth plate built into the door frame. I was wondering the same. There are several vertical lines going through it. Maybe you're supposed to place a key over there? Want Platina to draw a bunch of lines on her hand? Maybe that's gonna get us inside. Nah, but this pattern. I've seen something like this somewhere before. Where was it again? I know! The metallic cards at the arms had something similar on the back. Maybe one of them is going to open this door? But how do we tell which one is the right one? Let's just grab a bunch and try them all. Alex and his wife decided to go back to the cemetery and retrieve some of the metallic cards. No. Oh, fine. We need to find a key to open this door. Yes, more monsters. Alex and his girls arrived in the cemetery and started inspecting the metallic cards at the funeral urns. You're right. There are a bunch of lines at the back of these things, just like the plate we saw near the door. These sort of look like the balding patterns on the heads of my patients in racing. Ugh, I didn't need that metal image, thanks. But it's just a fun poke at the hair of the grandstand and seeing them go swish everywhere. Okay, enough of that already. Let's take some of these cards and go back to that door. Alex, which one do you want to try first? Let's see. Alex took a moment to think and then opened one of the drawers. Let's go with Mr. Numbered's cards first. Wonderful. I knew it. Okay, let's have him let us a hand one more time. Alex took the metallic card from the urn and headed back to the locked door with his wives. Maybe one of these cards is going to let us inside. Let's start with Mr. Numbers. Alex stood in front of the locked door and held the card over the strange plate. Are more monsters gonna come out? Let's get ready for battle, just in case. It worked? It opened! I knew it! These cards also work as keys for this door. Welcome to the Institute. Where is this voice coming from? Is someone inside? It's probably just a recording. Just like the voice we heard in QD's palace. This one feels strangely artificial though. More like QD's recording felt like she was directly talking to at us. Magical signature of number million detected. Deputy ID assigned to the additional guests. Welcome back, number 3 million. Lord Palos, you have Palos! 3 new messages. Ah! Did it just say Lord Palos? Mr. Numpers was actually Palos. But those ashes. And the Palos we defeated was a woman. This doesn't make any sense. We saw Palos crumble to dust with our own eyes. Maybe that urn was someone else's? Could be. And who knows how long it has been abandoned there. Or maybe it was Hamlin who placed those ashes inside of the urn. What in Eve's name is going on here? At least we've solved one mystery. Yeah, now we know that we were able to access the terminals thanks to Palos' signature. Right! He probably washed us in his magical power after we defeated them. Or wait, her? I'm so confused. Anyway, that must mean the Palos we defeated was the real one. You know, otherwise we would have never been able to access the terminals. Weird. How did he mark 5 different people with this magical power? Maybe it's another effect of that mutagen? Maybe. Anyway, I'm pretty sure that's why we can't access the terminals. Remember how Palos told us to travel to the Holy Continent and ask about Ixtab? Maybe he wanted us to find this place? What if Palos lived here as a member of this institute? Maybe he had a hand in whatever is creating the monsters that are attacking Buddha? I wonder what Palos wanted us to learn here. Let's go inside and find out. Thanks, Palos guy, or Palos lady, don't know. Alex and his wife stepped into this facility. Awesome. Exclamation. Ooh. Let's see what kind of monsters we're gonna get in here before I end this episode. Oh, disappointments.